Welcome to UFLY Simulator. Let's fly!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today we're back in the UFLY Boeing 777-200LR. Today we're flying the Air Canada flight from Pearson International Airport over to Lisbon, Portugal. And that's going to be Gabriel's, the captain's hometown. So it is a little bit of a personal flight for him. Today I'll be accompanying him as his first officer. I'll be running the startup and shutdown procedures and doing the checklists. He'll be running the flight and managing the crew and the aircraft, and we'll look forward to having a nice flight with you guys. I believe the flight time for today's flight's about 7 or 8 hours.
It's 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got good tailwinds.
And then the flight back is what, 7.5?
7.5, 8. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and hop in the cockpit here. Well, we already are on the tripod, but the aircraft's camera is not set to the front. Now we are. So this is gate 173 at Toronto Pearson. We're sponsored by HSBC over here on the right. Ground crew are doing their work below, so everything's good to go. I'm going to switch over to the overhead camera so we can run through the startup procedures. I can show you guys the checklists and how we do things on the 777. So first of all, I'm going to go here through the pre-flight checklist. So I'm just going to make sure my mouse is active. So we're going to test for oxygen. I'm going to test mine on the right side here.
Yep.
Oxygen's good. Flight instruments, heading, altimeter, all. No flags. Do you have any flags on yours?
Nope. We're good.
Okay. Speaking of altimeter, I will just press the B key on our keyboard.
Yep.
To set altimeter 299 or 2. Yours is 299 or 3, so just make sure it's over green. Perfect.
Check.
And parking brake set.
Parking brake set and release.
Okay.
We need a release. We have the chucks on, so we don't need a parking brake until they tell us to.
All right.
Yep.
So that's the pre-flight checklist complete. So, how do we go to the next one here?
Go up here.
Normal menu?
Yeah. And then just go to before start.
Okay. Flight deck door closed and locked all. So I'll switch over to the doors page here and just make sure the doors are closed. So we do have some doors that are open.
And we lock the door over here.
Yep. Are we closing the rest of the doors?
Yes.
So when you flip that switch, it closes all the other doors?
No, push this one.
Oh, okay. Alright, doors automatic. Could you notify the cabin there?
Okay. Just give me a second here.
Yep.
Ground. What would that be? Is that the wrong page?
And I'll set passenger seatbelt signs to on. Check. MCP V2 heading track. Okay, so I'll go ahead and set that as the co-pilot. This is my duties here to make sure the captain is comfortable and he's able to operate efficiently. So we're setting the MCP to 151 for our V2 speed. Heading track will be our departure runway. So I'll go over to legs. Okay, we'll go departure arrival. So route 1. What's our departure? Departure. So we don't have a runway selected here.
Runway 33.
Runway 33.
Yep.
So it's not selected. Oh, it is 33, right? Okay, perfect. So heading 330 set. We're all good there. Looks like we have a route discontinuity though.
That's because it's vectors.
Okay.
The vector one today.
All right. So altitude set, cap set, takeoff speeds. V1 is 134, V rotate 141, and V2 151. All right. CDU pre-flight is completed as well. Trim. Need to make sure trim is set to 5.75 units. So
That should be all set.
So we have 5.59. I'll set 5.75.
It should have been because if you go here.
Yep.
Sorry, here and performance. Next page.
That's okay. We got it here. 5.75 units, and we're all set.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yep. So
Yeah.
we have it here. We're good.
Rest. There we go. 575.
Yeah.
Five
It's
po-
act-
5.75.
so it actually displays it here too, eh?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. So taxi and takeoff briefing. Could you do the taxi takeoff briefing?
Taxi briefing.
Well, you have the captain. Yeah.
Well, we're going to be taxiing. We'll have permission from the tower for taxiing. We'll push back, and today we'll be pushing back till to the left, right, and then we'll taxi all the way to 33 right.
Okay. All right. Taxi takeoff briefing complete. Checklist complete. So before taxi. So now we have to do the pushback and startup. So, Captain, could you please
Yes.
handle that? And we'll switch back over to the tripod camera here, so you guys can get an outside view. And since we'll be working more on the overhead panel at this time, I'll go ahead and do our hydraulics on at this point. At this time, while the captain gets the tow going.
All right. I'm gonna contact downstairs.
See you running.
Hello, sir.
Ground, go ahead.
Yeah. So I'd like to push back, please. Tilt to the left.
Set parking brake.
Park and brake set.
Okay. Steering pin inserted. Go ahead and release the brakes.
And brakes released.
Pushing back.
So we are doing a pushback.
Okay.
We're just waiting for now for them to
Clear.
clear for start.
Yep.
And while we push back, you already set up all that up there. Perfect.
That's right.
All right. On. And one more here. So, what else would we add on to our little conversation here with the?
Clear for startup.
Oh, there we go. All right, so we
I'll
got
go
cleared
ahead
to start up.
I'll go ahead and do
And
the
I'll-
auto start.
Yeah, I'll change to engine down at the bottom here. And we're right at this moment now. We're just just looking at the oil pressures, if they're good. Make sure they're all coming up. We have spinning on the N1. N2 is also spinning. Fuel is already added, and our EGT, which is exhaust temperature, is rising. That's a good startup. All right, so we go back to this one here. Oh, we need that one.
Still starting engine 2.
Yeah, we have it here now.
Oh,
Set
okay.
parking brake.
Park and brake set.
Okay. Towing system is moved. Please wait for my hand signal on your left-hand side. See you later, guys.
All right, thank you. See you later.
Okay, engine started. Ignition switches are normal. We'll do taxi lights on, and all the other lights are remain off for now.
All right, so we got to contact the flight attendant.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We
may
got
I
that
ask
going?
you direct your attention to the forward part
Hi.
of each cabin, to the TV monitors, for a brief and important message about the safety features and procedures for this aircraft. Please ensure your seatbelts are securely fastened, your seats are in the upright position, and
I don't want to talk over her now.
secured ready for takeoff.
Okay, so that's it. So we got that cleared, and we'll taxi to runway 33 right. Here we go. Break off. And we can set flaps to 5.
Sure. Set brakes to RTO.
Check.
Oh, we gotta do the before taxi checklist though. We didn't do that.
Taxi. We could do it while we're taxiing.
Yeah.
I'll just
Anti-ice.
slow down a little bit.
On recall. We'll do a recall check here. No recalls.
Okay, good.
Flight
Flight
controls.
controls.
Did you already check the flight controls?
Nope. Change the page. Yep. And you check them for me, please. And I'll check the rudder.
Pull up, checked. Pull down, checked. Pull left, checked. Full right, checked. Flight control screen correct. Alright, so flight controls are checked. Ground equipment's already cleared. And we'll go to the next checklist. Before takeoff, flaps set 5. Okay, that's checked. Before takeoff, checklist complete.
All right, so the next thing we want is the clearance for takeoff, and we'll wait for a little bit closer to the runway. All right, here we go. All set. Speed active.
80 knots.
Check.
V1.
V1, rotate.
Rotate.
V2.
Positive rate.
Gear up.
Flaps up. Flaps to 1.
Flaps 1. After takeoff, checklist complete. After takeoff, checklist, just flaps.
So we're approaching our altitude, cruise altitude.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight attendants will shortly be making their way through the cabin to offer various beverages of your choice. There will also be a selection of goods available for purchase, and we can accept most credit cards, cheques and cash. If there's anything we can do to make your trip more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Now I'd like you to sit back, relax and enjoy the flight.
Alright, so as you've heard the flight attendants sing, we're at the cruising altitude now. We'll turn off the seatbelt signs, and the passengers will move freely about the cabin. And I'm going to pass my microphone off to our engineer in the back, who's going to explain a bit about the Atlantic crossing and the timing and such.
Okay.
Oh, okay, but I thought they could hear me like this.
No, they can't.
Oh, I see. Hey guys, this is the release pilot Claudio Texera. Just here in the back with my good friends here, Captain De Silva and Captain Andrew Plater. Yes. So guys, we're talking about, right now we're flying in direction of Newfoundland to cross the North Atlantic. And the window, it's about 20 to 30 minutes from the ETA that the flight plan has been filled yesterday with the authorities. So basically, it's a very busy crossing over the North Atlantic every day. Over almost 2,000 planes cross the Atlantic daily. So the window for that crossing is very limited. So if we miss a spot, which has a tolerance of about 30 minutes, that means that we might be having to be flying around Newfoundland for an hour or so until the guys can fit another space between us, or maybe we just have to cancel the flight and come back.
Or,
that could happen.
Sometimes at the gate, if we delay at the gate, we have to wait till the next window.
Yes.
So it's all calculated perfectly.
So of course, because from Toronto to Newfoundland, It's about 3 hours plus flying. That means we can catch up our delay. If the delay is not too long, just minutes, we have time to catch up. We ask the ATC to increase our speed a little bit within those 3 hours so we can catch up the lost in time if the delay is not too long. If it is too long,
Watch this.
the ATC will make us wait until the next window, calculating the time of depart from the point of origin.
What's that?
All right, so that's the information. Very busy crossing the Atlantic, very important to be there. We use a system called LCPD, Control Pilot Data Link Communication, and that allows us to communicate with the ATC by message on the computer instead of using the radio. So basically we send them a signal and it works with the satellite communication. All right, guys, that's all for now.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on the flight deck. We're still at 37,000 feet, traveling at 274 knots. Got a tailwind of 25 knots, crossing towards the front left. We are just about to begin our top of descent. We're just about to begin our descent. We're very close to the top of descent. And we'll be starting it any second now. So we're just going to let that come up. We've already set 20,000 in the MCP, as that's what our next waypoint is at. Or we're required to be at the next waypoint. After that, we're going to go descend down to 4,000 feet, and we'll have 50 nautical miles to do so. So it'll be a steeper descent than this one, but we'll be okay. In the meantime, I'll go through the descent checklist here. So I'm going to reposition myself. So, descent checklist, recall check. No recalls. Notes checked, auto brake. 2. Landing data, VREF minimums, and all that stuff. We'll set it. You want to do 30 at 139?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So that's landing data set. Landing briefing. Can you go ahead and do that?
All right, the briefing is we are descending, and our briefing will be we're gonna take the ILS 303 down to here 3,000 feet, and then we'll do a final approach. At the moment, we are descending to 20,000, and then we have one more descent down to 4,000, and then 3,000, and then a final approach.
Okay, landing briefing complete. So I'm just doing some speed brake here because it did say that it was required. So directly after, oh wow, it's gonna come in pretty fast actually. Okay, I'm just gonna go down to 144 knots.
Put the landing gear down, will help us a little bit.
Have you flown over this area yet? Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020?
I've been flying over this area for already, I don't know, 15 years. That's good. The winds are getting less. Very good. We always want the minimum winds possible. It'll help us.
Yeah, you got 6 knots coming from the left. $1,800.
No pressure.
LNAV rollout. It's thinking that we're doing
It always goes to there.
auto land.
When everything's correct for an auto land, it'll show us auto land if we want to do it.
1,000.
Check. All right, I can control.
That's actually, I'll save it for later.
What was it?
Just focus on the landing.
Hmm?
Just focus on the landing. I'll tell you later.
Approaching 03.
Approaching minimums.
Check.
Minimums.
Runway in sight.
500.
Landing.
$400. 300. 200.
No winds.
But it's just shifting.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Yeah, it always does this on this side. It always does this on this side.
Why did it do that?
I don't know. It always, when I'm on this side, it always does that.
Approaching 1.
All right.
7.
There's still a auto brake. So you can take next exit here on the right.
Yeah.
Turn around.
I will.
There's a high-speed taxiway going like this and looping around as well if you want to do that. Oh yeah, it's a Dash 8 coming in for landing.
Oh, was the other one? Kind of weird. Oh, it's this one here. That's right. That's this one. Just didn't have enough lines. Very good. Welcome to Lisbon.
Taxi lights off. Shut down the engines. APU is running.
Okay, check. Good.
Hydraulic panel set. So electronics are coming off. Engines on. C1, C2 elect. C1, C2 air. Auto. Actually, all of these ones are auto, and only these ones come off because they're electric, right? That's what Felipe said.
Oh,
Yeah. Fuel pumps. Because if you think about it, these are all autos, right? So they'll come off as needed. And then these ones, they are electric, so they're driven by the APU and the battery, so they come off by button because you don't want, because they're always going to be on, right? Otherwise, and then left and right engine, they're going to turn off anyways because the engines are off, right?
That's right.
Parking brake set. Not accepting it.
Should come on.
Even the hydraulics panel is not. That's okay. Weather radar off
I
all.
don't know why it does that.
And
We usually do a little bit off anyway. Because the chucks are on the underneath the wheels.
Yep. Okay, that's it. So
That's
we'll
it. No,
leave
the
the
rest we'll
airplane.
leave it.
Yeah, we'll leave the airplane in a turnaround state for the next crew to take over the flight on the way back to Toronto. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on today's flight. We'll be with you on another flight shortly, and we'll have some live streams going on as well pretty soon. This was a 6.5-hour flight with Gabriel and myself, and once again, we thank you for flying with us. This is UFLY 777 in Toronto, Ontario, very close to CYYZ, like 5 minutes away. So if you're interested in coming down and spending an hour or two in the simulator, I highly recommend it. It's a very in-depth simulator, and you can check out their website, which will be in the description below for their rates. And that's it.
All right. Well, thank you for checking us out, and we'll see you down here sometime. Thank you.